What is a nativar?
Yeah, so a nativar is a cultivated variety of a native plant. So a lot of the native plants, they're great, but some of them have downfalls. Some of them are too tall and rangy for a home garden, and so they've bred them to be more compact, so they fit into smaller flower beds more easily. Other nativars, maybe the native plant throws out seeds and proliferates a lot. And because of that, it might have a really short bloom time because the native plant, it wants to grow, flower, make seeds. That's its life goal. And so they've taken some of the nativars and they've got them where they have a longer bloom time because they're not producing those seeds. Maybe they're more compact. Maybe they have a different bloom color that's more attractive to us. But the native plant purists are like, no, those don't count because they only consider the wild type native plant to be the true native plant. And so the nativar, they won't consider that to be a native plant.
That's
even though
interesting.
Even though it might be a coneflower, these are nativars. The coneflowers, the coreopsis, the gaillardia, the coreopsis again, these are all, bee balm. These are all native plants, but these specific ones are nativars.
Yeah.
So they've been cultivated to have a unique color, longer bloom time, no seed production, or a more compact plant. And for nursery production, the nativars are great because they look really good in a pot. And so the consumer is going to see them. They're going to look really good in a flower bed. They're going to bloom for a really long time. And in my opinion, they still give you a lot of the ecological benefits. You'll still see pollinators go into them, but they just may not be as nectar rich, or they may not have the same characteristics that the true native does. But in some cases, the nativar, because it has that longer bloom period, you'll actually see the pollinators able to visit it for a longer period of time rather than the 3 weeks that it was blooming. This thing might bloom for 3 months. So,
It makes a lot of sense. Because you see so many cultivars like Texas sage now, Esperanza. You see the different colors of that. So that's the term. That's the proper term. Nativars.
Yeah,
native cultivars.
It's a native cultivar. So
I like. I'm gonna put that in my vocabulary. I'm gonna start using that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah. So that's the thing is you're gonna find purists that don't accept nativars. In my opinion, the nativar is a great bridge between getting someone into native plants. Because if you are trying to spread the love of native plants, but some of these natives can be problematic in a home garden. If you don't know how to care for it, if you don't know how to stop it from spreading, if you don't know that it grows aggressively or gets really big, or it might just look rangy for the first couple of years until it establishes.
Like a lot of these sages and salvias, they would look very bare in the middle and not be fuller. A Texas sage you go see in West Texas or Tacoma Sands, down south, you would see them and they wouldn't be as full and as leafy. I even heard people talk about with Esperanza that there's a more narrow leaf Esperanza and there's a broader leaf Esperanza, more adapted for the Yucatan and Mexico versus up here. And certain varieties wouldn't do as well.
Yeah. So in my opinion, I think the native plant enthusiasts, the people that are purists, I think they would be well served to accept some of the nativars because it's a gateway to get people into native plants. And so you can start doing something that looks really good in a pot, it looks really good in their flower bed, and then it's just kind of an introduction to get them into the native plants. They see how well it does because the nativars are still going to be drought tolerant, they're still going to perform really well, and then they're still going to give you some of the ecological benefits that the native plants do, but it's just a good way to, I think they would be really well served instead of just being so staunch of it has to be this way. Open your mind a little bit, and then this is going to be a good gateway for people to get into pollinator plants and get into the ecological benefits of native plants. And then if they choose to be more strict in the future, they certainly are welcome to do that.
I mean, a lot of times you can't find the original, you won't be able to find
the straight species.
What is the original Texas sage?
Right. Yeah, it's very hard to find the straight species unless you go to a very niche specialty nursery. And
or it's poached from the wild.
Yeah, or poached out of the wild. That's another topic to get into.
For sure.
Because a lot of the native plant nurseries, I've heard, especially down in South Texas, instead of purchasing those plants, they're digging them out of the wild.
Exactly.
And that's habitat destruction and
not a good thing. Not a good thing.